Right, so good evening, hope you're well. Italeri. So I've started the big one. This is my pinnacle kit, as many people know, and I'm up to the engines. Now, I've done all the ordnance and then some. That's all in there. That's all done and dusted. Okay, just needs a matte coat on those and then some weathering. But I'll do that at the end. So onto the engines, then you can see that the parts are quite easy to put together. And you have got some good call outs here for colours. Nice touch then. So when you think back to the Revel kit and you think, it's sort of like the only option that you've got really there is air brakes open because the buckets are part of the exhaust system. And I'm not sure, I can't remember if you get nose open option either. So you can probably see then that you can do, there's a bit of photo etch that goes onto a plastic part on the back of your exhaust, and that's so that you can put your buckets into the retracted position, like so. But then you get the extracted position, which is that one, and that's that little part there with the arms on, and then a little bit of photo etch again like that, and it's showing you to put them to one side. Gets a little bit tricky around here because there are different configurations. You still get tiny attachments to put, well, they're not tiny actually, they're quite big attachments to put on, and then you've got to put your ring on. Trying to stab myself with knife, little part in there, and obviously that goes into the back end. However, what I'm going to do is that, which is one engine in, and again it's showing you the different sort of configurations on what you can do, or you can do both engines in. Now obviously the problem with that is there's absolutely no point detailing that part at all. Because later on in the build, when you come to put that bottom part on, obviously all that's going to get covered up. So when I'm thinking about covering all that up, I'd much prefer to do that one, which is one engine in and one engine out. And you do get a little bit of photo etch to do on the buckets as well. Now, the whole point of one engine in and one engine out, as opposed to two engines in, which is there, and again that's showing you with the buckets in the open position, is you do get the option to do that, which is the dolly. So again, that's with the thrust reversers in the closed position, or you do get to do them in the open position. And again, Italeri 1 in 32, you can see the amount of detail that they've put into this particular kit, which is what I said a couple of years since, really, which is, Italeri, they've obviously got hold of one of the Revel kits and said, right, what can we do to improve this, and then put another £100 on top. And the story so far is, is that kit so worth it? I keep stabbing myself with my knife. Is that kit worth the extra £100? Well, let me put it this way. I'll be in Telford in November, and I shall be getting another one. And I've only done the ordnance and the exhaust so far. But the main reason for this particular video is for Trev, because Trev and myself went through to our hobby shop of choice, which is Hobby Workshop in Barnsley. We went there at the weekend, last weekend, and Trev's picked up some dark aluminiums and some chromes and one thing and another. And I just wanted to show Trev, really, if you will, what we're sort of looking at. So you can see that's one of the engines, and the detail's quite all right, isn't it? For a 1 in 32, obviously you've got all the wires that are already moulded into the plastic. But the point in this one was actually the paint job, and that particular very, very shiny metal colour there, and I am trying to stay in focus for Trev, is that is pale burnt metal. Okay, and trying to get, a decent reflective surface for you to have a look at. Okay, now we've got holes and, you know, one thing or another, but don't worry about it. There's parts that fit into those. And then again on this particular one, this engine's going into the bird. I'm just going to pop that down and turn my page for you. So that engine there is that engine there. Okay. But again, it's all about the paint job. For Trev, I have got a glow splodge there, which unfortunately I'm going to have to live with. Excuse me. But the photo etches on there, the paint job, and again, it's more to do with the painting than anything else, just to sort of show people just how good this particular paint is. It's gone down. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit and focus. It's gone down absolutely flawless. You can see there's no speckle in that whatsoever. All right, so that's for you, Trev. And then again, so the dolly part of it, it's actually colour call out is for a blue colour. But again, I've just sort of covered it with, can you see it, spider? That's because I'm building my shed. I've gone over it with that pale burnt metal as well, so that I can give it a touch of hairspray or whatever, just to then give it the overcoat of blue, and then rub that back. And then the last one that I'm going to share with you tonight is that one. So I have done buckets out in that position with a 1 in 48 Revel bird, but I had to do all the cutting myself for that, which was, well, it weren't easy, I can tell you that. But again, on inside you can see the ribs there. That's photo etch. And then the little slivers there, and all the parts, all those parts on the actual buckets as well, they're all photo etch as well. But again, it's the paint job, and you can see not only is it shining really nicely, but it's also gone down absolutely flawlessly as well. Okay, I'm going to keep spinning it round for you so that you can see that there's no spitter or sputter in there, Trev. All right, mate. And that's what you're going to get with these extreme metal paints. Nice shiny surface, dead easy through airbrush, dead easy, mate. And it leaves an absolutely fantastic job. Okay, so I thought I'd share that with you this evening. All right, and that's engines that are probably, even though they're sort of looking like this and you're thinking, yeah, you know, you're cracking on, actually there's still some masking to do. All this sort of area is going to get masked off, and all this is going to get a dark iron or a jet exhaust, an AK jet exhaust, just so that it differentiates from the rest of the bird. And then there's a tornado builder, you know that those parts inside there, I'm not going to touch it, they're slightly darker as well. Okay, so I've got to do some very delicate masking there, because obviously that, with it being photo etch and super glue, can be a little bit brittle. Okay, so there you go, that's where I'm up to. Ordnance done, engines done, trolley bed done, and the can's done. Okay, thanks for tuning in, and I shall continue to crack on. See you next time. Cheers.